lights out, and away we go!
Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. Fast cars, legendary rivalries, and a season-long battle for glory. But have you ever wondered how an F1 season actually works? How do teams and drivers compete for the championship? What's the difference between the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships? In this episode, we're diving into everything you need to know about how an F1 season unfolds. From the race calendar to the points system and championship structure, we'll break it all down together. If you enjoy videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button for weekly updates. So, buckle up and let's get started. The F1 calendar. So how long is an F1 season? Well, it varies. But in recent years, the calendar has expanded to around 23 to 24 races. That means nearly 24 weekends packed with intense racing action across the globe. When we say F1 is a truly international sport, we mean it. Races take place on different continents. You've got classic circuits like Silverstone, Monaco, and Spa-Francorchamps. Then there are modern, high-speed tracks like Jeddah and Miami. Each venue has its own character. You'll see everything from tight street circuits to open, high-speed layouts. But here's something you might not know. Not all races are equal in terms of difficulty and excitement. What sets each track apart? Some circuits favor high downforce, while others are all about straight-line speed. That means different teams have an advantage at different tracks, which makes the season even more unpredictable. And let's not forget the triple headers. Yep, some races happen on back-to-back weekends. These are a test of the limits of endurance for drivers, engineers, and teams. A season usually kicks off in March and runs until late November or early December. That's about 9 months of relentless action, development, and strategy. But how do teams and drivers actually win? That's where the point system comes in, which we'll get into later. Speaking of strategy, have you ever seen those intricate car designs with detailed technical drawings? A lot of that comes from legendary F1 technical illustrator Giorgio Piola. His work has been instrumental in showcasing the evolution of F1 technology. You get to see everything, from aerodynamics to power unit advancements. If you want a deeper understanding of the technical side of the sport, you've got to see Piola's illustrations. The race weekend. An F1 season is made up of multiple races, but how does each individual race weekend unfold? A typical F1 weekend spans 3 days: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each day plays a crucial role in setting up for the main event, the Grand Prix. Friday is all about preparation. Teams and drivers get 2 practice sessions known as Free Practice 1 and Free Practice 2. These sessions last about an hour each and allow teams to test different setups for the race. On sprint weekends, Friday is a bit different. Instead of 2 practice sessions, there's just 1, and the second session is replaced by qualifying for the sprint race. A sprint race is a shorter, high-intensity race that lasts around 100 kilometers, about 30 minutes. Saturday is where things get serious. This is when the grid for Sunday's race is decided. First, there's qualifying. The main qualifying session consists of 3 parts: Q1, Q2, and Q3. In Q1, all 20 drivers set lap times. The 5 slowest drivers are eliminated and take positions 16 through 20 on the grid. In Quarter 2, the remaining 15 drivers go again, with another 5 being knocked out. They secure positions 11 to 15. Lastly, Q3 features the top 10 drivers battling for pole position. Whoever sets the fastest lap starts the race from first place. The rest start from positions 2 to 10. Some F1 weekends feature a sprint race instead of the usual schedule. It determines the starting order for Sunday's Grand Prix and awards additional points to the top 8 finishers. Then there's Sunday, the day of the Grand Prix. This is what it all leads up to, the main event. The Grand Prix usually starts in the afternoon and lasts for about 90 minutes, covering around 300 kilometers or a set number of laps depending on the circuit. Drivers must manage tire wear, fuel loads, and strategy while battling for position. Pit stops are extremely important, as teams decide when to change tires for maximum performance. At the end of the race, the top 10 finishers earn points based on their position, and the driver who crosses the line first takes home the victory. Point system and championship structure. Alright, so how do drivers and teams earn points? F1 uses a pretty simple point system, but it has evolved over the years. Here's how it works. The top 10 finishers in a race earn points. First place gets 25 points, second place earns 18, third place takes 15, and it continues down to 10th place, which gets just 1 point. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Every race matters because those points add up throughout the season. One bad race can shake up the championship standings, and one brilliant performance can turn everything around. At the end of the season, the driver with the most points wins the Drivers' Championship, but there's also a separate championship that teams fight for. That brings us to our next topic: how teams and drivers win the championship. Winning a race is one thing, but winning a championship? That's a whole different challenge. That's why the points matter. They all lead up to the ultimate race. Score the most points across the entire season. The driver who does that becomes the Formula One World Champion. But there's a catch. F1 isn't just about individual performance, it's a team sport. Every driver has a teammate, and both drivers contribute to the team's overall points. So let's say a team's drivers finish first and third in a race. That's a huge points haul, not just for the drivers, but also for the team. This is where the Constructors' Championship comes in. This is where teams must also balance development. Throughout the season, engineers constantly update the car to improve its performance. Some teams bring major upgrades early in the season, while others prefer to refine their car gradually. Thanks to Formula One experts, we get to see in-depth breakdowns of these technical advancements, from new front wings to improved rear diffusers. Constructors versus Drivers Championships. You've probably heard of the Drivers' Championship, but what about the Constructors' Championship? What's the difference? The Constructors' Championship is all about the teams. Every F1 team has 2 drivers, and their combined points determine the team's standing. Why does this matter? Well, for teams, the Constructors' title is just as important, if not more important, than the Drivers' Championship. Either way, a championship means prestige, prize money, and bragging rights. Plus, for constructors, a higher finish in the standings means a bigger share of F1's revenue distribution. In some cases, a driver might win the Drivers' Championship, but their team doesn't win the Constructors. That happens when one driver is dominant, but their teammate struggles to score consistent points. Take the 2024 season, for example. Max Verstappen won the Drivers' Championship, but McLaren won the Constructors' title because both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri consistently scored high points. So, which is more prestigious? That depends on who you ask. For fans, the Drivers' Championship is the big one. For teams, the Constructors' title means business success and long-term stability. And that's how an F1 season works. From the race calendar to the point system and championship battles, every detail plays a crucial role in crowning the ultimate winners in Formula One. Now that you know how an F1 season works, what part do you find most exciting? The global calendar? The tight championship battles? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like and subscribe for more F1 updates. See you in the next one.